Hi YouTubers, welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me. I finally got the time to sit still and really try to get this video up and post something. Been thinking about it for 2 weeks, and I really felt like this is really what I want to kind of really discuss or share with you. It's food for thought. I'd say for the past 2 weeks, I've been in a position or in a place where I've been thinking and asking myself, how did I get from here, actually correction, how did I get from there to here? What brought it on? Started thinking of my here. My here right now, out of school, been working full time for the past 3 years, enjoy my career, enjoy what I do, learn a whole lot about myself, and I'm grateful for it. However, it still really is not what I think I had envisioned for myself. Nah, okay, yeah, a big part of me probably, watch a couple of movies too many, You always have these visions of what life will look like once you've completed school. You're going to be able to wear all the designer outfits, and you're going to roll with the cool crowd, like all that fun stuff. It ain't real. So real life is what here looks like for me. And you know what, that's something I'm glad that I've been able to handle. Been able to handle what it, being able to kind of just be independent, and that's a big thing. So I'm not going to complain. But at the same time, here, I think, doesn't truly reflect what it is I have in mind for myself for the long run. And I think what brought me to, question my here and where I'm at right now, I think is the fact that I didn't see myself working towards anything. Now that is where the big difference of how did I get from there to here. When I think of when I was there, one of the things that I pride myself still about is that I was really great at setting goals and setting visions. I'm a person who'll think real hard. I'm like an intense thinker. I'm always just kind of like lost in my head sometimes. Back then, or when I was over there, I was able to really kind of prepare and map out to a certain degree. Yes, they say you make plans and you miss out on life because you're too busy planning, or you make plans and God laughs. Yes, but to a certain degree, we gotta plan. Okay, we gotta have a vision. We gotta have a tentative idea of where we're trying to direct ourselves. And what does that? It's our passion. It's what gives us that desire to just move and progress and move forward and bring change and affect change in people. So that passion is what helps guide us. And that's what I mean when I say I like to plan. So I was a person back then and over there who planned and set goals and set visions and would always try to push the limit even higher and go even further, because that's just me. I think at the same time I often get really tired of things really quickly, so I need to change it up, and I need to feel challenged. I need to feel like there's growth. I need to feel like there's evolution or evolvement. I'm evolving. So as I looked at where I was and where I am, I realized that there was no goal. There's no beyond now. And that really got me concerned. All of a sudden, here was looking like a prison, because here almost felt like it was the final destination for me. And that's not acceptable. When I think of where I want to go and where I am right now, there's really a big discrepancy. And for me to not have a vision, not have something that I'm working towards, is concerning, because when I was over there, it used to be a way of life, and I don't know what happened and how it slipped off. But I can definitely say that having been able to reflect on it, I've now kind of been able to pull myself back and stop Stop the complaining about, the things that are annoying. Yeah, the traffic, the job, and all that is involved on it. In it, yes, there'll always be stuff to complain about. But I think if I'm able to set some goals, those things won't bother me as much, because I'll be working towards something. And that was really important to me. When I was in school, I remember, yeah, the papers were hard. It was like grueling and frustrating, and just, working and going to school, all that stuff going on at the same time. I was just praying for grace and praying for the end. So when it came, I think I just, ran across the finish line. You should have seen me cheesing picking up my diploma. But at the end, I don't think I really reestablished the next goals and the next plans for myself. So a few weeks ago, I started reconnecting, I guess, to who I used to be back then, in terms of being able to set some goals for myself and set some visions. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that when you look back and you can recall things that you had wanted for yourself, things that you kind of dreamed of, and there are many things we dream of, but then there are things we dream of because we know we can accomplish them. I want to encourage you guys to reconnect with that dream of old. I want you to reconnect with the inner strength and inner youth that was able to believe and dream big, and reconnect and go there. Because I don't think here is meant to be the end if that's how you feel. I think here is meant to always be progressive, and I think here is meant to piggyback off of there. So if you're not piggybacking, if you're not in that same vein of kind of trying to push and exceed and move forward and even beyond, then I really want to encourage you to kind of pull back. Find out where maybe you veered a bit too much to the right, or where you veered a bit too much to the left, and see how can you reincorporate it. You're going to tell me, okay, maybe you have a family now. Maybe you're at school and you have a family. Maybe you're working. Maybe there are many things happening in your life. You know what? I'm not taking any of that for granted, because you know what? We do have to live. We do have to survive in this time. But I don't think that us doing what we need to do to be able to live, and when I say live, I mean the basics. I mean shelter and food and care and whatnot. I'm not talking, those need to happen. But I do believe that there's still the possibility of being able to work on achieving those goals that you set for yourself. If we don't do it for ourselves, trust me, nobody will. Nobody will do it for you. And if you think that just by completing your degree, that automatically brings you into that place of, everything opens up for you, I have to really, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. I'm sorry to poke a hole in it. But you know what? That degree, it speaks to what you are able to accomplish. It speaks to the idea that you were able to maintain and focus through a 4-year, 3-year, whatever you've accomplished. And you know what? Great job. Ain't nobody taking that away from you, because you know what? I'm proud of what I was able to accomplish by going, by my education. I don't take that away, because I know there was a lot of sweat, a lot of tears, and a lot of sleepless nights. So I know what that takes from you. But at the end of the day, when you get that degree, it's not that paper that will get you the job, unfortunately. It's you, and it's how much you push and how much you demonstrate your capacities and your skills. So if we just stay stagnant and comfortable in the here, we're not really progressing. We're not growing. We're not moving forward. And that's where I know I need to reconnect with the me of back there, to be able to empower the me of here, so I can move from here to there again, but the next there. I just really found it very interesting that I just kind of found myself looping around and just kind of kept thinking the same thing over. So I really wanted to share that with you guys and just encourage you. Lauryn Hill, in her Unplug CD, a lot of people don't like it, but I actually do. Thank you, Lauren. She said, if a car didn't have a steering wheel, then she could accept that we could not do any backs or U-turns or turn left and kind of realign ourselves. But a car does. And if we're going to, compare ourselves to a car, it's the idea that we can make turns and we can readjust ourselves. It doesn't mean that you're stuck. Whatever it is that wherever you are right now, it doesn't mean you have to just do that. You don't have to just go forward from here. I mean, yes, we want you to go forward, but you're not just stuck in that mode. So I really just kind of want to encourage you, and think of that. If it is something that you question, is about why you are where you are, and if you're not satisfied with it, let's revisit. Let's take it back and revisit and reconsider what's changed. And you know what? Once you can consider what's changed, you can change what's changed and bring it to a positive, so it can bring you the results that you're looking for. So that's my goal. I'm revisiting and I'm reconnecting with the me from back there to bring change to the me of here in order to get to there again. So can't wait to see, can't wait to show y'all, because you guys are going to see the goals that I have for myself. So best of luck, guys, and don't give up. Don't give up.